Larry and Bev Turner were traditionally sheep farmers. In 1991, with the downturn in wool prices, they found themselves struggling due to the island's economic situation. Starting with nothing, using true Aussie know-how and some bush ingenuity, they now produce the essence of Australia, eucalyptus oil. They've revived an historical industry that had once thrived on the island. Eucalyptus oil was Australia's first true export overseas, and eucalyptus distilling was one of Kangaroo Island's major industries. There were 48 privately owned eucalyptus distilleries employing over 600 people on the island before it surrendered to the increasing viability of other farming pursuits, and in the 50s, producing eucalyptus oil became part of history. These days, unfortunately, about 90% is produced overseas. Emu Ridge eucalyptus oil is the only one of its kind in the world. It is distilled from the leaf of the indigenous Kangaroo Island narrow-leaf Mallee, renowned for its aroma.
Eucalyptus oil is a very versatile product. It's great for the body and also for cleaning. It's antibacterial, antifungal, it's excellent for colds, for insect bites, it dissolves sticky things and removes oil-based stains, just to name a few.
Larry produces most of his oil in summer from spring's new growth, which produces the most oil. A labour-intense process, the trees are harvested using a chainsaw, cutting them to the ground every 1 to 2 years. Leaf is gathered and loaded into a trailer and brought back to the still. The pot is then quarter-filled with water, where they are thrown into the pot and packed down by foot. The lid clamped down and a fire lit underneath. The oil vapour and steam rise up and travel through a condensing system where it's cooled and returned back to a liquid. The liquid passes through a simple separator which separates the oil from the water. This process is how it was made over 100 years ago. The boiled leaf is removed from the pot and is used to start the fire and as a mulch or weed mat on the property. All byproducts are recycled. The oil is put through a second process to produce the pure oil we now sell. The raw oil goes into the second still, where it's distilled again, leaving the impurities, and the finished product runs out the other end. From here, the oil is taken, ready to be bottled and sold. The steam engine and the help of some solar panels are used to help refine the oil. They operate 2 water pumps, and the byproduct is electricity, as the Turners operate this whole site self-sufficiently without mains electricity. From humble beginnings, the future farming direction for the Turners has changed significantly. The farm shearing shed is now a plant nursery, and their vision is to revegetate the whole farm with not only the native eucalyptus, but also many other species of native flora and fauna. The farming land will become more commercially viable and ultimately self-sustaining through revegetation and farming of our natural resources, not to mention much better for the environment. Larry and Bev have revived the eucalyptus industry here on the island out of necessity, and now produce around 3% of Australia's supply. These days, they are the only commercial eucalyptus oil distillery in South Australia. We hope you enjoy Emu Ridge.